Hi, welcome to another video. Thanks for joining me. Now, I was watching television last night, and there was this segment in the news that features some of the high-tech gadgets that are being used in tuition centers to teach some of the younger students. And the way the method is being portrayed on the television is that everything works perfectly and everything works really well. And it got me thinking, right? So in this video, I'm going to discuss whether high-tech or those branded methods or those unique teaching methods that you see in advertising on television, do they really work? Now, my name is Darren, and I'm the English tutor from EnglishTuition.org. Now, I think that such content, right, to feature high technology stuff, right, cutting edge stuff, works really well when it's meant for advertising or it's meant for television, right? These are the stuff that people want to see. Nobody wants to see some boring method that features assessment books or worksheets, right? So who want to see that kind of stuff on television? Everybody wants to see, something new, something that can be sensationalized on TV. So that's what we see, right? But we as adults know that the reality and the truth is often very different from what we see on television. So we have to be very mindful about that. So the outcome that was being given by the program was that everything is perfect. The child becomes more interested in his studies. As a result, the child becomes more eloquent. The child doesn't even need adult supervision. And to me, that is a bit of BS, right? The child is so young, right? 4 or 5 years old, and you tell me that because of this high technology method, right, that have been employed, okay, to use on these students, they have now become like independent learners, and from my experience, that's very unlikely, right? Here are my thoughts about using all these different, sexy, glamorous kind of methods to teach the child, and humor is one of them, right? Because many students like to think that, oh, if lessons are fun, then I might be more willing to learn because the information is easier to digest. But in the long term, right, some aspects of teaching, okay, are meant to be taken seriously, and the subject matter itself is just boring, right? Like, for example, grammar rules, that they can be quite technical, and it is very difficult to always use humor in every single lesson, right, for certain things like that. So I think in the long run, if students want to learn, then they should not be so picky about the teaching method itself. So if we are to say, okay, you only learn, no, this is good for you, you only learn if you can give you high-tech stuff, this sexy method, this glamour method that is, proven and guaranteed to make you interested, get you interested in the subject, then I think in the long run, it's going to hurt the child more than benefit the child, right? Because now the child is kind of like spoiled, right, for that particular brand of teaching. So if the next time the child doesn't get a similar kind of that brand of teaching, then I think he or she may just want to reject the learning, right? And we see this problem not only in terms of learning, right? Sometimes I have students who are very picky about food. So I do not know whether you have experienced that same problem, because I think it comes from the same place, right? Because some students think that I have all my requests, that have been answered, by my parents, right, or by my school teachers, or by my branded enrichment tuition center, right? I have all my requests answered. So why should I learn if I get something that is, in my perception, less than what I've already been experiencing, right? So in the same way, if you want to get a child to eat things that not be so picky about our food, it becomes kind of hard, because it's like, if I want drumstick, I get drumstick. I want meat, I get meat. I say no, then I don't have to eat anything. And that has been my culture, right? That has been my behavior, that has been my environment. So now I go to school, and then school canteen, right? If there's some food that I do not like, no, I'm not going to eat it. No, I'm not going to eat this. I'm not going to eat that. I only want to eat certain foods and certain stuff. That is the kind of behavior that we can expect. Now let's go back to learning, right? So if you go back to learning and we send this message to the child that, hey, we have this first class, this sexy method, this high-tech stuff, you can use iPad, laptops, etc., in your learning. So what happens if you remove all these things from the child's learning, right? He's going to say, no, I'm not going to learn. No, this is not effective. No, I have laptops, I have iPads, I have these educational games that I can play, right? What is this? Assessment books, worksheets, right? All this nonsense. I'm not going to learn. So in that sense, then I think it's going to hurt the child more, because at the end of the day, the exam itself is not based on games, right? It's something that is serious, okay, and something that resembles the assessment books or the worksheets that we provide them on a weekly basis, right? They are not going to get a computer screen where they can play games, and get high scores for their exams. No, none of that the stuff happens during the real world exams. So I think we should not spoil the students. Okay, we should not send them the message that they can only work with in a certain set way. Okay, with a certain set method, then only can they learn. Right? They should be able to learn whether they get if they get a conducive environment, that is a bonus, right? It's always good. We always try to give them the highest quality, 100% conducive environment. But what happens, like life, right? So what happens if they don't get the 100% perfect environment? Does that mean that they don't learn at all? What happens if they don't get the perfect ideal teacher, or they don't get the perfect ideal method, right? Does that mean that they don't learn, right? Obviously, that's not going to help to prepare them, right, for to cope better in school, and eventually to be able to cope better in life. So in sum, just to sum up the entire gist of this video, I think it is important to note that instead of looking for the one method, right, the next big thing, the next high technological advancement that will help to develop my child and encourage him or her to learn, without any adult supervision, just bear in mind that I'm quite critical and skeptical of this claim. I think what will eventually work, or what will work better, is to explain to the students that if they are truly interested in learning, then the method itself is secondary, right? Because it is up to them to find a way and take personal responsibility of their own learning to overcome the obstacles that they're facing. I think this is the right message that we should send across to them by what we do in our teaching. So I hope you have enjoyed this video. So if you like the video, thumbs up. Dislike it, thumbs down. Let me know what you think about high-tech branded methods in the comment section below. And if you want to watch further videos just like this one, just subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on my Facebook page. I'll leave the links in the video description below, and the videos are 100% free. Thanks for joining me again, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.